Hello everyone, my name is Don Shanahan, and this is Every Movie Has a Lesson. My website specializes in movie reviews written from a teacher's point of view and offers life lessons of what every movie can teach. I've been writing here since 2010, and this is my first ShowMe. Hopefully I can show you a good time. Today we are going to review, after a nice, beautiful advanced screening last night, is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Captain America: The Winter Soldier is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, better known for most TV audiences from the shows Community and Arrested Development. It's one of Marvel's Phase 2 films. It's been doing a very good job about bridging the gap between Avengers 1 and Avengers 2, and Captain America is the second to last film in that series to get you to that point. Now let me tell you more about it in the next slide. You can take your time and go to other websites and find a good plot detail. I know you've seen the trailer, but I'm here just to kind of cut to the chase and tell you what I thought. On my scale of 1 to 5, I give Captain America an absolute 5. I had a blast with this movie. I think it was a great combination of political intrigue and superhero action. I was incredibly impressed how well they were able to match those tones together, giving you something that is definitely unique and different from a Marvel movie. I find it to be one of their smartest films they've ever done, if not the smartest film they've ever done. It might even be the best film they've ever done. Incredibly impressed with the action, incredibly impressed with the story. I think you can go into it really enjoying these characters and getting a lot out of it. Chris Evans does a very nice job. Scarlett Johansson's never going to win any Oscars for her performance, but she brings, the action and flexibility that she needs to the table for this role. And the fun touches along the way between Robert Redford, Samuel L. Jackson, and other cast members really make it a good fun time and adds a few things to the series. I think the guy that steals the show, though, is Anthony Mackie playing Falcon. It's a nice new character, a nice new sidekick, and a hero we hope to see again. Alright folks, let me hop to my specialty, and that's the lessons. Life lesson number 1 from Captain America: The Winter Soldier is a repeat from my review of the very first movie, and that is how Steve Rogers is able to stay being a good man through all of his ups and downs and what he has to experience as a good moral guy from Brooklyn. We all know the movie, we all know the origin story of that as the little scrawny guy who's always picked on, and how with the super soldier serum, he's able to kind of take the good heart that he has, the chivalry, the courage, and the heroics, and bring it to a place where he actually has some power to make a difference and be something special. Throughout the way, even in this second movie, we still see that same chivalrous, courageous, and heroic guy, and it's a nice way for him to use the new things he's learned, use the new place he is with the Avengers to do some good. And with these life lessons in this movie, I think it's very easy to kind of put some spoilers, because this movie has a ton of twists. Some of which are out of the bag if you're a comic reader. Some of them are very new and will catch you by surprise, but I don't want to reveal any of them in the lessons. I definitely could be more specific, but I would definitely be giving you spoilers. Lesson number 2 is that national security has a price against freedom. Now, this movie definitely kind of plays up to the fears that we kind of have going on nowadays, thanks to the Edward Snowden and the NSA thing, about where kind of that fear against the enemy, fear against the unknown, and how we are kind of getting paranoid in this terrorism world about who our next threat is, who our next enemy is. And this movie, even though it's on a superhero scale, even though it's fictional, has a place where Steve Rogers, being the very moral guy, has to kind of see that the agenda of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a little bit more about fear than it is about freedom, and how, with the bureaucrats involved, especially Robert Redford's character, that national security kind of has a price. And sometimes that price is giving up personal freedoms, or at least having them jeopardized. Now, obviously, depending on your political slant to how you feel about that issue, that'll definitely ping a little louder for you as you watch the movie. I think for small children, it's going to be something that's definitely over their head, but it's definitely a big theme in this movie, and something that really is purposeful in the way it's going about it. It is playing off of the events of today in a timely manner, and puts it on a scale with superheroes involved where even in a world like that, some of those things can happen. The third and final lesson that I do for Captain America the Winter Soldier, and I try to keep my reviews to 3, is the idea of what we learn from people in shared past experiences. Now, what I mean by that, it sounds ambiguous, and I'm being purposely ambiguous here, because again, if I kind of let you in on who's connected to who and who's kind of tied with who and where these guys have their agendas and where they come from, I start to spoil the movie a little bit. But the idea is, we in general tend to trust the people we've had shared experiences with. I say in my review on everymoviehasalesson.com that a person's resume only tells you so much. It's the greatest hits. It's the written details. You weren't there to see them. But the idea is, when you've gone through something with somebody, and you've gone through the thick and the thin, at any job really, a project at work, a long school year as a teacher, or shared experiences of soldiers, you learn a lot about that man or woman standing next to you, and you're willing to go back into that team or that workplace with those people next to you because you trust them. You've seen them push to the limit and succeed. You've seen you two experience those things together and get a lot out of it. I think the shared experiences are better than any kind of resume. I think those are the things that you find your tightest relationships from, that are whether it's your, like I said, a workmate, a comrade, whatever way you want to label it and call it. Steve experiences that in this movie. He has relationships that are close to him, that are come from past experiences. Even though he's displaced by 70 years, he's kind of got a new comrade, best buddy relationship going with Black Widow, and soon in this movie with Sam Wilson, who plays Falcon. Also, and I can't kind of go into this too spoilery, Fury and Pierce, Alexander Pierce is Robert Redford's character, they have a history of where their past experiences deliver them to where they are today. Each of those things come into play. Like I said, I could be more specific, but I don't want to give things away. This is a fantastic movie. I really think you'll enjoy. If you're a Marvel fan, this is right up your alley. If you're the comic book salesman from The Simpsons who nitpicks every detail, you'll have plenty of those things to nitpick too. But it's definitely something I think you'd enjoy. I think it's something that's appropriate for kids 10 and up. I think too many of this combinations of the 70s spy thriller kinds of themes with the superhero stuff might be a little too much. There's a lot of exposition in this movie, and it's something that I appreciate because I like a little something extra with my movie, but I think little kids who just want the roller coaster ride are going to not quite cue into it, especially if they're bringing their action figures and Sheilas to the theater with them. In any case, let's wrap this up right next.